Let's be honest. Pretty much every company out there is swimming or maybe drowning in data. But here's the thing. Having more data doesn't automatically make you more successful. So is your data a real strategic asset, or is it, well, just a bunch of noise? The difference, and it's a big one, all comes down to something called data architecture. It's the blueprint that turns all that raw information into a serious competitive advantage.
So let me ask you this. Just picture all the data in your organization for a second. Is it like a perfectly planned, thriving city where information flows smoothly and everything gets where it needs to go? Or is it more like a chaotic, bumper-to-bumper traffic jam at rush hour, where all the most critical insights are just stuck, honking their horns and going absolutely nowhere? How you answer that question tells you pretty much everything you need to know about your data architecture.
So what is this thing, really? Well, data architecture is the master plan. It is the official blueprint that lays out exactly how data gets collected, where it's stored, how it's managed, and how it gets used, all the way from the source to the final decision. And this is super important. This isn't just some techie IT thing. It's a strategic framework for the entire business.
And that framework, that blueprint, is the only thing that stands between two completely different realities. On one side, you've got data chaos, and on the other, you've got data order. Let's dig into why getting this right is so essential.
I mean, the contrast is literally night and day. Without a solid architecture, your data is a liability. It's this chaotic mess that's crazy expensive to manage, you can't really trust it, and it's packed with security risks. But with a good plan in place, that same data completely transforms. It becomes your most valuable asset, it's easy to access, the quality is high, it's secure, and it's ready to grow right along with your business.
To really make this all click, we're going to use a really powerful analogy. So for the next few minutes, I want you to stop thinking about code and servers. Instead, I want you to imagine your data architecture as the master plan for a huge, bustling, modern city. Here's how all the technical stuff maps to our city. The data pipelines, those are your roads and highways, moving information all over the place. The databases and warehouses, those are the buildings, the factories, where data is stored and actually put to work. Governance and security, that's easy. Those are the city laws, making sure everything is safe and orderly. And all your employees, the people using the data, they're the citizens, and they rely on this entire infrastructure just to live and work every single day.
Okay, so now that we have our city map, let's take a little tour. We're going to check out some of the most important districts and pieces of infrastructure in our data city.
First up, the transportation network. Your data pipelines are the roads. Some are like those super fast bullet trains, streaming real-time data to get critical info where it needs to be right now. Others are more like heavy-duty freight trains, moving massive batches of data on a set schedule. The bottom line is, without these roads, the whole city just grinds to a halt.
So where does all this data actually live? Well, in the city's buildings, of course. A data warehouse is like a super organized factory processing structured data for very specific jobs. A data lake is more like a giant reservoir, holding all kinds of raw, unfiltered information. And the new kid on the block, the lake house, you can think of that as a factory built right on the water. You get all the raw potential of the lake combined with the powerful structure of the factory. Every building has its own special purpose.
Of course, no city can work without rules. That would be total anarchy, right? This is where governance comes in. Think of rules like GDPR as the city's building codes and zoning laws. And access controls? Those are the keys to the buildings, the security guards. These laws aren't there to slow things down. They're there to prevent chaos and make sure the city is a safe place for everyone.
And finally, how do the city planners and the mayor know what's going on? Well, they head to the command centers, the analytics and business intelligence, or BI layer. This is where amazing tools take all that chaotic city activity and turn it into really clear maps and dashboards. It's how your decision makers can see the entire city at a glance and confidently plan what's next.
Okay, so we've got our blueprint, we've built our city, it's all running smoothly. But a well-run city isn't just a neat idea, it's an engine for growth. So let's connect this whole concept directly to real, tangible business results.
You can literally draw a straight line from a good blueprint to a healthy bottom line. Your goal is to cut costs. A good architecture gets rid of redundant, wasteful systems. You're trying to grow revenue? It's what enables the deep customer insights you need for that. You want a competitive edge? It's the foundation you absolutely need for powerful things like AI. Every single business goal is supported by a smart choice in your architecture.
And hey, this is not just theory. Just look at the best-run data cities on the planet.
Netflix's architecture is how it knows exactly what you want to watch next. Amazon's legendary system is what optimizes its entire global supply chain in real time. And Starbucks? It uses its data infrastructure to analyze everything from local foot traffic to weather patterns to figure out the perfect spot for its next cafe.
So you're probably asking, okay, how can I build a data city that's as incredible as theirs? Well, it all comes down to following a few fundamental rules when you're drawing up your blueprint.
Here are 6 core principles for a blueprint that actually works. You have to start with what the business needs, not with some cool new technology. You've got to build in your laws and rules from day one and design it so it can grow. It's also all about collaboration and making sure your citizens can actually get to and use the data. But, maybe the golden rule, the one to write down, is this. Figure out the architecture first and then pick the tools you need to build it, not the other way around.
This quote really just says it all. We have all heard that phrase, data is the new oil. And sure, it's a valuable resource. But if that oil is just sitting in the ground, unrefined, unmanaged, it's not fuel. It's just a messy, useless sludge. The architecture, that's the refinery. That's what turns the raw stuff into actual power.
So we're going to end right where we started, with a question for you to really think about. Take a hard look at your own organization's data city. Are you strategically designing a powerful asset that's going to fuel growth and innovation for years? Or are you just collecting noise? The blueprint is in your hands.